That beep is the actual sound of my truck beeping. Yes, I am that fucking sad. You get a bus through there. You get a bus through there. So this is how you make this box. It's dead simple. First thing that I've got here is a project box. So it's a plastic enclosure, 4 screws on the top, and get on eBay for a few quid. This one came black and I spray painted it pink with some high coat spray paint. Dead nice and simple. Had to do loads of coats though, it takes a little while for it to actually adhere. But yeah, nice and simple. These buttons are called momentary switches. So by momentary, you get a bus through that. When you push it down and you know it comes straight back up. It's not like on off like a light switch. It's only on for as long as you're pressing it. And then here is a little battery pack. I did for a while have this inside this, but just for ease of being able to change the batteries, I moved it outside. So this has basically got 3 AAA batteries in, and I've screwed it in, so that my daughter can't undo it and get the batteries out, but B, when I'm pushing the car along the road, this cover keeps coming off. So these buttons, I just got a selection of different coloured buttons off eBay. And then inside, I'd show you, say, well, this is where the magic happens, but it really is dead simple. So you've got this box here. This is an Adafruit Sound FX board, or just soundboard. And basically what we do here is, this is where we record, sorry, not where we record, it's where we store all the different sounds. Oh, it's come unplugged now, so you can't hear it. But if I press a button, here's a speaker, just a cheap little speaker. The sounds are actually stored on here as WAV files, and I'll show you in a bit how to actually put them on here. But it's dead simple. You've got little micro USB there, like a lot of phones have. So basically just get a micro USB to USB cable to plug into your computer. Just simple like that. I don't know if you can see that. And it basically just plugs into the computer and you can copy the files across. You do have to get the files in a particular format, but I'll show you how to do that in a bit. And then essentially it's really simple. You can find the wiring diagrams for these online, but I just connect them with what is called DuPont cables. DuPont cables are these things. So you can cut the ends off, and solder them on or crimp them on to whatever you need to, as you need. And here you've basically just got your positive and negative, so you've basically got 2 wires going to your battery pack, so from here to here. Your speaker wires just screw in the end here, if you can see that. So you can see they just screw in there like that. And then all the different switches screw in here. So if we look at the switches, if I just unplug all of this, we look at the switches themselves, that little DuPont connectors come off, so I'll have to make a new one here. But you'll see we've got one for our ground connection from the Adafruit. I think it's ground. Yeah. And basically that connects to every single one. So I've basically connected the first, then to the next, 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 so that this cable basically connects to one pin on all of these buttons. That each of these buttons on the other connector have got their own individual cable going to the sound effects board here. So on the sound effects board, if I try and zoom in, and that's the most amount of zoom that I can get, you'll see that there's 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then ground. So basically your ground connector here, which I've put in a grey colour and the rest are brown, connects here, and then your individual buttons connect to 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, etc. So that when you press a button, that basically completes a circuit and tells this little board to play the sound of the speaker. And it really is as simple as that. 4 screws that go into the top, and then I've made 2 holes in the bottom where I actually screw it onto the car. So it's as simple as that. Next I'll show you how to record the sounds and actually get them onto the circuit board. So once you've plugged the sound effects board into your computer just using a normal micro USB cable, you'll see it will show up just as a USB drive. You'll see here I'm using a Mac, but it works exactly the same on a PC. So on a PC, if you just go to computer in the start menu, or my computer on the desktop, or File Explorer in the taskbar at the bottom, depending on which version of Windows you're using, then you should see a USB drive in the computer or my computer. Or once you plug it in, it might even just pop up and prompt you to open it. On a Mac, it just shows up here on the left in locations, but it just works like a USB drive. So if you've ever plugged a USB drive into your computer, then it works in exactly the same way. And basically, you can just simply copy files to it. And before we copy the files, we need to format them. So in terms of recording the audio, there's loads of different ways you can do it. You can do it with your computer, you can use a sound recording app on your phone, and then maybe email yourself the files or copy the files to your computer. But chances are, once you've got those files onto your computer, they will be in a format like MP3, or won't necessarily be in a format that the sound effects board can play, because it can only play WAV files or OGG files. So we need to make sure we convert them into that format. So I'm just going to show you how to do that. So I use this little program called Audacity, I think that's how you pronounce it. It's free, you can get it for PC and Mac, maybe even Linux. And when you open a file, it just shows up here. So if I play this, you get a bus through that. You can hear the file, and you can do some really simple editing with it before you export it. So you'll hear there's a big gap before you hear my voice. You get a bus through. But what we can do is, if we take that gap there and press delete, and get the gap at the end and press delete there, and go back. You get a bus through that. Oh. You get a bus through that. So you'll see that gap's gone. Then when we want to save the file, it's just File, Export, Export as WAV, select your USB drive, and then you'll see you've got T00, 01, 02, 03, 04, 05, etc. These ones I've already put on. I've put 6 sounds on, and those basically correspond to the pins on the Adafruit SFX board. So the pins are labelled 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So if you want your sound to play on button number 3, then you would name it T03. So you just select T03, make sure the file type is WAV, make sure the encoding is signed 16-bit PCM, press save, and that's it. Then if you're using a Windows computer, you can normally just unplug it from USB without any massive issues. But if you're using a Mac, it could be really fussy about your ejecting, so you just press the eject icon there, and then you're done.